Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis and welcome back to 1 Year 365. This is episode 359 and only 6 days left until the entire series is finished and 6 days left. It's time for me to go back to 16 personalities test. Now, in the beginning of the series on I believe episode 24 or something, I did this MBTI 16 personalities test and there I believe I was ESTJ, extrovert. S was I forgot what S was. I forgot actually. The T was supposed to be thinking, I believe, and then the J is judging, and yeah, that is the ESTJ, I think. But today, I'm gonna do another one and see if I'm actually changing since that year, or well, yeah, since the past year, basically at this point, or I'm still the same person, like, or if the journey in YouTube that's already, changes me as someone. So yeah, we'll see. Basically, yeah, let's just take the test. Complete the test, view detailed results, unlock your potential. Yes, I do hope my internet is working with me here because I always forgot that my internet is so bad that it might actually take longer. So yeah, let's hope everything working fine here. Okay, let's go. You regularly make new friends. That is true. Agree. You spend a lot of your free time. Also, I'll try to do this fast. So yeah. Free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Yes, very. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. I'm gonna go with neutral. I think the last year actually when I see someone cry, I feel like I'm also attached, but it doesn't really make me want to cry. I always try to think like what's gonna happen, right? That's like what's actually happening. That is my first thought when I saw someone cry. Like, yeah, really, I'm thinking about what's actually going on. So yeah, um, you often make a backup plan for a backup plan. No, that is oh wait, yes. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. Yes, that is strongly agree with this entire thing. Actually, in fact, with the entire series as well. This is supposed to be out on May, May 24th, but I'm actually recording this on the 16th of March. So yeah, this video is actually been recorded over 2 months ago at this point. Why? It's because I had some news that might actually change the entire thing of this channel. So yeah. Anyway, let's just continue. Usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I would say stay calm. Under a lot of pressure. I guess so. Yeah, I feel like this past year I've been, thought that it's just not the strongest agree. It's a strong agree, but yeah, I've been taught that there's so many things that's out of my control, but I'm getting used to train to what is it like just to deal with it basically, improvise and adapt. So yeah. Social events you were to try to introduce yourself and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Really try to introduce. Um, Actually, this is interesting because I just attended a social event like outside publicly. I was actually just going together with people, but I don't actually talk to people as well. So it's kind of 50-50, I'm there but I don't actually talk. So there's actually this one point where someone actually approached me and tried to talk to me, and I'm very glad that I to do for me to introduce myself as well. But it's not really me trying to introduce. I mean, I feel like being there in the middle of people, in the middle of crowd, I feel like that is already introducing yourself, kinda with your body, like your body language. So rarely try to introduce. I would say disagree. Introduce not as in speaking, but more like physical language. That hey, I'm here. Like that is also an introduce in my opinion. Prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. Completely finish one project. Um, Well, with this 1 year 365, I would say yes. I kind of want this entire thing to finish first before I actually, focus on something else. But in reality, you cannot really do that because sometimes things cannot just be finished in one sitting or in closer time. Sometimes it needs schedule. So yeah, with all the things, it's not that you can actually finish everything all at once. Like for instance, my things that happened this week mini series, or not mini series, things that happened this week series. You know, I certainly cannot make videos for the final week of 2023, right? Because that final week hasn't actually happened, so I cannot really complete that at once. So if I prefer, I probably don't because of that. Very sentimental. I would say 50-50. Sometimes yeah, sometimes not. Sometimes I just don't care. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists? Yes, strongly agree. I actually do that for my 1 year 365 so that I can focus on, I have ideas and then I put that on the schedules or lists and I execute that. And yeah, even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. A small mistake can cause you, no, that is strongly disagree. Mistake is mistake. I believe that everyone makes mistake every now and then, but that those mistakes don't actually determine who you are. So yeah, um, if anything, how you deal with those mistakes help to determine who you are. But those mistakes itself cannot really, affect. I feel like it won't really affect you that much on big scale. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting. Interesting is that correlate with attractive. Sometimes when I feel someone attractive, I actually don't just walk up to them. I mean, talk to them, but more like and striking up conversation. Especially, I'm just gonna come closer, just to approach them. If they make any comments, then I will, reply to those comments. And yeah, that's how I try to, well, the past year anyway, try to talk to someone is that, interesting, both interesting and attractive, is that I just, try to get closer, and then once they said something I will comment on that, and then they will notice me being there, and then they will respond reply my comments to their comments, and then from there we just begin the conversation. So yeah, you feel comfortable just walking up to someone and strike up conversation. um Walking up to someone, yes. Striking up conversation, that is not really the case here because I'm waiting for them to move first. So I don't know, I feel like that is like a 50-50 situation. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretation and analysis of creative works. Not too interested, no, that is strongly disagree. I'm actually very interested in talking about various stuff. More inclined to follow your head than your heart. Yes, that is sure, for sure. The older I am now, I realize that everything has to go, like a as you have already planned, or your backup plan, or the backup plan for your backup plan. Everything I feel like should have had its schedule or list of what you're supposed to do. If you just follow your heart, then you're not gonna go anywhere. I feel like because your heart will say otherwise. You want to do something else, your heart says otherwise. You say, you do that otherwise, your heart says otherwise again, and yeah, you're just not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, you have to follow your head basically. Usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. What you feel like, yeah, this is the thing, the problem, which is no, I always do the plan basically. This is disagree, strongly disagree. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Worry about whether you make good impression? No, I strongly disagree. I feel like it's a less concern now than I was in the past, but right now, if I just make impression, then yeah, I just be who I am. If people don't like me, then so be them. Like then yeah, they don't like me. So yeah, but that's just who I am. If anything, I'm just gonna show who I am, right? Like honestly. So yeah, you enjoy participating in group activities. Um, Group activities. So the last time I did group activities is what is it? What is group activities? I guess in that social event, I feel like yes, just so that I can see other people's perspective as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with strongly agree there. You like books and movies that make you come up with your interpretation of the ending. Um, Strongly agree. Open-ended movie or books is always nice, so that the audience can always think or figure out the ending according to themselves, according to what they believe. So yeah, so that if you ask someone, you might actually have different answers, and that is the art. I feel like the art of movie is when someone can actually figure out, or theorize about the continuation of the movie, if that movie ever will have a sequel. So yeah, your happiness come more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishment. Happiness comes from helping others than your own. That is actually not true. I'm gonna disagree with that. More, right? Comes more. No, my happiness will comes more from me. Accomplishing my accomplishment. Than helping others. But yeah, the keyword is more. So am I happy if I help other people than myself, or am I happy if I help myself then I help more other people? I feel like yeah, I'm gonna be disagree, just disagree there. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Strongly disagree. I just make plans and then I just pick what what's suit the best at the time. It's not difficult to choose from those options. So yeah, you are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Worry that turn for no. Strongly disagree because again, this past year I've been dealing with things that are out of my control that I'm now beginning to resist. I'm now resistant to like things going wrong or things going not as planned. So yeah, you avoid leadership roles in group settings. I would say that agree, strongly agree, because I feel like if you're a leader, you will have to think about everything, and I don't really want to be that kind of person. I don't think I'm gonna be the one that thinks about the thing that is technical, or technical stuff. So yeah, you're definitely not an artistic type of person. Depend of what type of artist. I feel like as of like topics discussion. I feel like there are some things that I create. I feel like that is an art already on its own. So yeah, artistic type of person doesn't mean that you have to create art as well. It's just that you can appreciate art itself can also make you an artistic type of person. So definitely not. I will be disagreeing with that. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? Still the same. I believe that's my answer previously as well. Strongly agree. Still the same. If there's like extremely agree, like fully 100%, 1,000% agree, I will pick that. Um, you prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Um, I would say yes. I feel like my daily routine from the past year is that I have to record videos every day, like like few videos, and then after that, whatever time I have, I will be relaxing. So yeah, I would strongly say yes. Next, okay, 40%. You enjoy watching people argue. Um, as in enjoy, I don't necessarily enjoy when people make beef, but I'm just curious about what they are, dealing with their, argument and stuff. I just want to see their perspective. So if the sentence is you observe watching people argue, then yes, strongly agree. But if the word is enjoy, you enjoy watching people argue, I would say neutral there. I don't necessarily enjoy. I'm just curious about what they are talking about. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Um, this is kind of 50-50. I would say agree on most stuff, but I also kind of disagree because, again, like I said, with the social events, I would put myself like suddenly I will be in the middle of the crowd, and then, whether or not people will talk to me, that is the next level. But, you know, that's what I do. But I also don't want to draw attention to myself if it's like in a situation where it's a group of people that I don't like. For instance, I'm not gonna draw attention so that people just ignore me. So yeah, I would say that is 50-50. I would say I'm good at hiding myself from the public. I'm also good at showing myself, and at the public. So I would say 50-50 there. Your mood can change very quickly. I would be disagreeing with that. Not really this year. I don't think so. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Efficient, lose patience. I would say yes. Strongly agree actually. Because I feel like efficiency is always, the most important thing. Like maybe because I'm from the engineering people, maybe because I have background on engineering. Every time I see something doesn't go as efficient, I would lose my mind. Like how dare you, like waste all that energy for being not efficient. So yeah, you often end up doing things as the last possible moment. Often I would say no, but sometimes I do, so it's a 50-50. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. What happened after death? I think I would still be the same answer. Always be fascinated by the question of what happens after death. No, I disagree. I just don't care. Like if I die, I die. That's it. Like afterlife is it's for the afterlife. It's not for the people in life to think about the afterlife. Well, surely if you're like believing in religious stuff, you have to think about your afterlife. But by doing good deeds. But I feel like as human nature itself, without people without religion, I feel like they will choose to be a good person, right? So yeah, it's not like, oh, I don't believe in religion, therefore I'm gonna be evil. So that's not the case. So yeah, it's always been like being good people, as in good virtue. I feel like everyone is good. Like I feel like everyone is naturally good. So yeah, I usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. To be around others rather than on your own. It kind of depends on what type of group though. If it's like someone that are really hating me, resent me, then why would I waste my time to be around them? Like I would prefer to go somewhere else or even on my own. So prefer to be around other. I feel like it's 50-50 depending on what kind of group. Um, if it's for people that are like very toxic minded, people that don't appreciate you, then they don't deserve you. You just better go away. Now that if there's other people that are like a group of people that are very constructive, then yeah, sure, it will be very fun to join them, right? So yeah, you become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Theoretical. So, like for instance, like theoretically speaking, if this happens, if that happens, if this happens, if that happens. Actually, no, I'm not bored. If anything, that would actually be very interesting. So yeah, disagree. I would strongly disagree. We're talking about the things that are ideal, right? So yeah. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. Easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. Um, Experience like are their experience worse or better? Well, this past year my experience has been, like sometimes I have had like bad experiences, so I feel like I don't care. So I would say 50-50. I just don't care at all. Usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Postpone finalizing decision. I would say no nowadays because I need to do things quickly so that I can, um, start doing other things. Um, like for instance with this series, if I'm not finalizing my ideas or topics, then I will never be able to start recording them. So yeah, I strongly disagree with this one. I'm not gonna postpone things basically. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Second guess, rarely second guess. um Sometimes I think that I feel like I should have done the other thing instead of that. That in itself is second guess, so you rarely second guess. If it's rarely, then I would say yes, because it's very rare that I will look back about my decision. So yeah, um, my principle is that everything that's happens has already happened, and you cannot change the past. What you can do is to focus on what you're having right now, going forward. So yeah, you rarely, I would say, strongly agree. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Social event, that is nice, but so is scrolling through the internet, watching YouTube videos, reading Twitter threads. I feel like that is just as lively, I would say. I don't know. I would say it's a 50-50. It's just what you need. Oh, if it's just what you need, the answer is no. I would say disagree with that. There are other things as well that's just as refreshing, I would say. You enjoy going to art museums. I strongly agree. I really love art museums. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Often have a hard time. I would say strongly disagree. I actually, I don't often having hard time actually. So yeah, um, you like to have a to-do list for each day. Yes, I would say yes. That is an agree, but yeah, agree, just agree. You rarely feel insecure. I would say no. I'm more like don't care type of person now. So, if the word is rarely, yes, I would say strongly agree. I just don't care at most stuff nowadays. Anyway, I just focus on myself and this channel. So yeah, you avoid making phone calls. Strongly agree. Just for the sake of me recording stuff. I don't want any random calls to be in when I'm recording stuff because that is very annoying. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Yes, strongly agree. Again, I always eager to heard or to hear or to listen to someone else's with different opinions. In your social circle, you are often the ones who contacts your friends and initiate activities. Social circle. Well, I don't have one. Often the one who contacts your friends. Okay, I contact my friends, yes, sometimes like with a little bit of giving a hint, basically like maybe I like their status, like their photos on Instagram, so that they like, hey yo, what's up, they do that. But I always try to give hint. If it's for initiates activities, I would say no. I don't really have any activities this past year, so I would say this one as I don't know the answer. I'm just gonna skip that. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Strongly agree. If plan A doesn't work, go to plan B. Plan B doesn't work, go to plan C. Plan C doesn't work, go to plan D. Plan D doesn't work, then go to plan E, which is just to accept your fate. Uh, Losing battle is always okay, as long as you will come back sometime after that. So yeah, that is plan E in my opinion. You're still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Strongly disagree. I just don't care at this point. I just forgot. Even if someone tried to bring that up, I'm just gonna answer like I'm just a different person since then, so I just don't care about that anymore. Let's just move on. Basically, that's just what happened in the past. Like, yeah, I did probably bad things. Like, what do you expect me to happen? Like to cry over it, to regret over it, to scold my past for doing it. No, we cannot change the past. So what matters is everything that's happening now onwards, I feel like that's more important. So yeah. um, that includes, if I did mistake with someone, I feel like, what's the important thing for now is not to regret the things that I did, but more like, try to recover the relation with that person. So yeah, you rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence for or the meaning of life. Rarely contemplate the reasons for human. I mean, I just don't care. So rarely contemplate, I would say strongly agree, but I would preferably say that I just don't care about what's the meaning of life. I just don't care. Like just you live every day. You try to survive every day, leave something for the future generations, and that's it. That is the meaning of life, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's simple as that. Your emotions control you more than you control them. That is strongly disagree. Sometimes I do. Sometimes get my mental exhausted. But that still doesn't render me from doing anything else. I'm still making videos despite of being mentally not well. So yeah, you take great care not to make people look bad even when it's completely their fault. Take great care not to make people look bad even when it's completely their fault. I feel like I would disagree with this one. I feel like if someone messed up, they have to know that they mess up, because if they don't, they will not grow. So yeah, I feel like I would disagree with this one. Um, your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Closer to, no, strongly disagree. I'm always go with organized stuff. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Thinks highly of you, wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Sometimes I do wonder. Sometimes if people, they are excited to know about me. I feel like, dude, you're just overreacting. Like in few moments from now, you're just gonna forget that I exist. So yeah, I feel like, I wonder if, I don't really wonder how long. It's gonna probably take like few days, few hours, and yeah. Wonder how long? I would say disagree. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. I would say disagree, because that is very unhealthy. I mean, I know with the YouTube stuff you work alone, but like if you're talking about working with the office, I feel like that is more difficult. You will need to have interaction with other people. Even me as a content creator, I also talk to other people as well. So talk to you guys as well. So yeah, work alone most of the time? Absolutely not. That is disagree. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. I would say agree. I feel like, like why do you want to know the reason of why? I feel like it's how you live it is probably more important. Again, maybe it's because I'm having engineering background. I just think about how to do it rather than why do it. So yeah, you feel more drawn to places with busy bustling atmospheres than quiet intimate places. I would say 50-50 with this one. Sometimes I do want to go to place, or build atmosphere that is crowded, but sometimes I just want to be quiet as well. Like maybe when I want to take a rest, obviously that I want to be quiet. Or when I really feeling like to go to grocery store, I just feel like I'm just taking my time looking at stuff there without someone else is around, so that they don't disturb me. Yes, I also enjoy that, but again, it's 50-50 in my opinion. At first glance how someone is feeling. Yeah, I do, I guess, agree. Like it really shows on their face if they are feeling something. So yeah, you often feel overwhelmed, like getting overwhelmed by stuff. I feel like, often is, I would probably say disagree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Methodically without skipping over any steps. Yes, strongly agree. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Intrigued by things controversial? I would say yes. I would say strongly agree. Again, I just want to know what's going on, what's the matter. I want to see people's perspective. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. I would strongly disagree. If I do have good opportunity, I feel like I will take it myself first rather than just giving it away because opportunity doesn't come twice. So, yeah, every opportunity that I have, I will take it. So, yeah. You struggle with deadlines. I would say strongly disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Yes, strongly agree. Oh, that's it. That is the end. Your gender, other, male. Okay, male. See results. Okay, and this will be the result. I do hope my internet connection is not, um, you know, doing stupid. So, yeah. Let's see here. I do hope it loads. Oh God, it's stopped. Real. It stopped loading. Um, it's okay. Huh. It's waiting. Okay, let's wait a little bit. I'm gonna move my phone a little bit so that it might actually, receive a better signal, hopefully. Also, by the way, for some reason in the house right now, it's very crowded. I feel like there is a guest right now. So, if you hear people talking in the background, just ignore them, okay? Wait, is that INTJ? Wait, am I introverted now? Well, that is interesting. Is that really is that mine INTJ? Maybe that is actually mine. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh, where is it? Why is it not working? Mm, I'm afraid to reload the page because it might actually not, reload or save my answers. So yeah. Let's see here. Hmm. Okay, it's not doing well now. Shoot, do I need to move myself? Wait a minute, okay? I'm trying for some signal, reception, or receiving signal, I guess. It's not working. Oh, shoot. Well, things happen. This happened. It is what it is. Like I said, it's like the worst internet ever. Here in my place, in my spot. I've already mentioned that like so many times now. So yeah, it's just what it is. So it's apparently I'm INTJ or introvert, and was I believe what is it? I forgot what is it. T is thinking, J is judging. Okay. I forgot what N was. I thought I'm extrovert, but okay, apparently I'm introvert. Maybe there is some, questions like, do I, walk up to someone, to some group of people? I would say yes, but also no. I would say 50-50, disagree. So I don't know. Maybe that's the cause of that. So yeah, but it is what it is. My internet is now limited with that exclamation mark. Oh shoot. Wait a second, okay? Um, yeah, it's just like that. I guess I can always talk, something else as well while doing this to happen. Or actually, huh? Now that I think about it, is it actually the day? I have no idea. Oh great, now there is that as well. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. I think it might be because of. Okay, I'm actually quite um something here. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on, but my internet is not, like receiving well. Maybe it's been turned off. I have no idea. Maybe it's been shut down. I have no idea. Well, there's some, plans that this might actually be shut down. Maybe today is the day. I have no idea. Well, at the time I'm recording this anyway, so yeah. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't show over here, as you can tell. Yeah, it's just not showing. So Yeah, I think it's actually the thing there. But anyway. Oh wait, there you go. Okay, let's see here if it actually shows or not. Come on now, please just make it work for once. Yeah, that's just what happen if you know like it's just so bad. You know, this internet is so bad. Uh, I have no idea what's going on. But anyway, I guess I'm an INTJ personality. We'll take that. Okay, I'm gonna refresh this. Um, yeah, let's refresh this because I feel like it's you know like doing very bad now. So yeah, let's just do that. Okay, it's not doing anything. All right, well then. Okay, there you go. Architect personality. INTJ. Okay, what's the difference? What is this? Um, let's see here. Let's see my stats basically. I'm sorry for that. I obviously cannot control. Again, there are some things that I cannot control. One of them is this internet connection. So yeah. Where's my? Oh God, where is it? I just want to see. God, Jesus Christ. I want to see my. Where is it? Why is it not? I want to say the. I want to see the percentage of my thing here. But it just doesn't show. Well, I guess there you go. Wow, this has been very, frustrating so far. Yeah, like, shoot, it doesn't even show my result. Shoot, fuck. Anyway, there you go. I don't even know if this is me. You know, I want to know the distribution, like the percentage, I guess. I mean, I can always do that myself. So, yeah, but anyway, there you go. I have no idea if this is my personality or not. Maybe it is. I have no idea. Again, there's supposed to be the distribution, but it just doesn't show. So yeah. But anyway, I think that'll be for this one. That is 16 personalities. It doesn't end well. I mean, none of these survey that or quiz that I took always ended well. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay healthy. I will see you again tomorrow with another episode of Bandit 365. Remember that this is episode 359. 6 days until the entire series is gone. So yeah, but until then, see ya.